It's nice to come home to TV3. It's nice to come home to TV3.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. In the news, it has been 4 days since that fire at the MGM Grand Hotel, a fire which took 84 lives.
Good evening and welcome to First News 3.
KVBC, Las Vegas. Now, Dave Cavassier, Ricky Cheese Haynes, Gwen Castaldi with health, weather with Rich Britton, and sports with Scott Reynolds. This is First News 3.
Good evening.
This is KVBC, Las Vegas. Now, with Dave Cavassier, Ricky Cheese, weather with Mike Davis, sports with Scott Reynolds. This is News 3 Nightside.
Good evening.
You've turned to 3, KVBC Las Vegas. Now, Dave Cavassier, Sue Tripathi, weather with Rich Britton, and sports with Colin Cowherd. This is News 3 Nightside.
Good evening.
This is KVBC Las Vegas. Now, News 3 Nightside with David Riggleman and Laura Stevenson. Colin Cowherd on sports and Karen Roberts with the weather. This is News 3, the Weekend Report.
Good evening.
You've turned to a friend, KVBC Las Vegas. News 3's closed captioning is funded by Sinclair, where people connect. Now, this is News 3 at noon.
You've turned to a friend, KVBC Las Vegas. Now, Dave Cavassier, Gwen Castaldi, our environment with meteorologist Mike Bradley and Colin Cowherd on sports. This is First News 3. You've turned to a friend, KVBC Las Vegas. Now, Dave Cavassier, Sue Tripathi, weather with Rich Britton, and sports with Colin Cowherd. This is News 3 Nightside. You've turned to a friend, KVBC Las Vegas. Now, Dave Cavassier, Sue Tripathi, our environment with meteorologist Mike Bradley and Colin Cowherd on sports. This is News 3 Nightside.
Good evening. An undercover investigation.
You've turned to a friend, KVBC Las Vegas. Now, News 3 at sunrise with Jim Snyder and Sue Tripathi.
And welcome back to Sunrise.
You've turned to a friend, KVBC Las Vegas. Now, News 3 at 5 with Dave Cavassier and Sarah Havler.
Good evening, everyone.
You're watching News 3 at 6 with Dave Cavassier and Gwen Castaldi.
Good evening.
You turn to 3, where news comes first. Now, News 3 Nightside with Dave Cavassier and Ricky Cheese.
Good evening. A 5-year-old girl is fighting for her life again.
This is a special presentation of News 3.
You're looking at a live picture of the Landmark Hotel.
Just minutes from now, you'll hear the roar of dynamite, and this Las Vegas landmark will come crashing to the desert floor in a cloud of dust.
You're watching Channel 3, where news comes first. This is News 3 Today.
And a good Tuesday morning. I'm John Overall. It's now 7:56. We've got.
You're watching Channel 3, where news comes first. This is News 3 at 6.
A dose of decay-fighting fluoride.
You're watching Channel 3, where news comes first. This is News 3 Nightside.
Very disappointed. This is our first grand opening ever, and what can you say? What can you do?
They flocked to the Strip last night to be the first to see the new Aladdin, but problems have kept the mega resort from opening. Welcome to News 3 at Sunrise, where news comes first. I'm Bob DeCastro, filling in for Scott Hawes.
And I'm Sue Manteris. It is Friday.
You're watching Channel 3, where news comes first. This is News 3 at Sunrise.
Al Gore continues his campaign today, the first day since accepting his party's nomination.
This is News 3 at Sunrise.
Welcome to News 3 Sunrise. I'm Shara Kimiko.
And I'm Ben Correa. It is Sunday, November 11th.
This is News 3 Sunrise with Scott Hawes and Sue Manteris.
Good morning. Welcome to News 3 Sunrise. It's Friday, June 22nd. I'm Ben Correa, in for Scott Hawes.
And I'm Shara Kimiko. Sue Manteris has the day off.
This is News 3 at noon with Sue Manteris and Scott Hawes.
Welcome to News 3 at noon, everyone.
You're watching Channel 3, where news comes first. This is News 3 at noon.
Welcome back, everyone.
This is News 3 at noon with Sue Manteris and Mitch Truswell.
One man.
This is First News 3 at 4 with Kendall Tenney and Beth Fisher.
Kendall and Beth are off today. I'm Sue Manteris along with Gerard Ramallo.
You're watching Southern Nevada's #1 choice for news. This is News 3 at 5.
They got people talking the moment they hit the market. They're the subject of countless jokes.
This is News 3 at 5 with Anquinette Moon.
Good evening.
This is News 3 at 5 with Kim Capozzo.
Good evening, everyone. We've been monitoring Royal Horn's progress.
You're watching Southern Nevada's #1 choice for news. This is News 3 at 6.
If you've lived in the valley for just a little while.
This is News 3 at 6 with Gerard Ramallo and Anquinette Moon.
Good evening. You're watching the station that will bring you live coverage of what could be the hottest New Year's celebration in the country.
This is News 3 Nightside with Jim Snyder and Nina Raditich.
Good evening, everyone. State leaders have now officially moved into...
This is News 3 at 5 with Gerard Ramallo.
Good evening.
This is News 3 at 5 with Kim Capozzo.
Good evening.
You're watching News 3 at 5 with Nina Raditich, Jim Snyder, weather with Dana Wagner, and traffic with Tom Holly. We are News 3, where news comes first. This is News 3 at 6 with Beth Fisher and Kendall Tenney.
The devastating aftermath. People along the Gulf Coast seeing images of their flooded out and destroyed homes one day after the powerful storm hit land.
You're watching News 3 at 6 with Beth Fisher, Kendall Tenney, weather with Dana Wagner, traffic with Tom Holly, and sports with Mitch Roberts. We are News 3, where news comes first.
A local mom is asking for better supervision at her son's school.
This is News 3 Nightside with Nina Raditich and Jim Snyder.
Good evening, everyone. Nina is getting a much-deserved night off. I'm Beth.
You're watching News 3 Nightside with Nina Raditich, Jim Snyder, weather with Dana Wagner, and sports with Mitch Roberts. We are News 3, where news comes first.
If you've had the TV on at all in the past couple of days.
We're watching out for you. This is News 3 at Sunrise with Marie Mortera and Luis Cruz.
Welcome to News 3 at Sunrise.
We're watching out for you. This is News 3 Today with Maria Silva and Luis Cruz.
The bond that we had, it was very deep.
Wake up with Kim and Dana Wagner, Chief Meteorologist John Fredericks, and traffic with Chopper Tom Hawley. You're watching News 3 Today.
It's gonna be alright. We can touch the sky. We follow our dreams. Might not be easy, but we'll enjoy the ride. Yeah.
Wake up with the Wagners with Kim and Dana Wagner, meteorologist John Fredericks, and traffic with Tom Hawley. You're watching News 3 Today.
Wow.
We're here.
Good afternoon. I'm Maria Silva in for Sue Manteris today.
We're watching out for you. This is News 3 at noon with Angela Martin and Mitch Truswell.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
We're watching out for you. This is First News 3 at 4 with Beth Fisher and Kendall Tenney.
Thanks for joining us today.
We're watching out for you. This is First News 3 at 4 with Kendall Tenney and Sophia Choi.
New record-breaking unemployment numbers in Nevada.
We're watching out for you. This is News 3 at 5 with Sue Manteris and Jim Snyder. We're watching out for you. This is News 3 at 6 with Kendall Tenney and Sophia Choi.
Good evening. Glad you're with us tonight.
Watching out for you. This is News 3 at 6.
That's definitely the toughest thing. Everybody wants to go, but nobody wants to leave.
This is News 3 at 10 on the WB Las Vegas with Nina Raditich and Jim Snyder.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to News 3 on the WB.
This is News 3 at 10 on the CW Las Vegas with Nina Raditich and Jim Snyder.
Good evening to you.
This is News 3 at 10 on the CW Las Vegas with Jim Snyder and Sue Manteris.
And good evening, everyone.
This is News 3 on Vegas TV live at 10 with Sue Manteris and Jim Snyder.
Good evening. Jim is off tonight.
This is News 3 Nightside with Nina Raditich and Jim Snyder.
The digging continues outside a Las Vegas warehouse.
We're watching out for you. This is News 3 Nightside with Jim Snyder and Sue Manteris. We're watching out for you. This is a special edition of News 3 Nightside.
Take a live look at the flame burning in Beijing as we enter the final days of the 2008 Summer Games.
We're watching out for you. This is News 3 Nightside.
Good evening, everyone. Marie Mortera is in for Sue tonight.
We're watching out for you. This is News 3 Live in Prime with Maria Silva and Gerard Romolo.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. It's Sunday night.
From News 3, this is Wake Up with the Wagners with Dana and Kim Wagner, live from the KSNV studios in Las Vegas.
Good morning. Welcome to Friday. And if you haven't picked out your...
This is News 3, live at 3 with Jeff Gillen.
And hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Gillen. Welcome to the very first broadcast.
This is News 3 at 4 with Marie Mortera and Reed Cowan.
Thank you for joining us. It is the...
This is News 3 at 5 with Sue Manteris and Jim Snyder.
and it looks like a giant yard sale.
This is News 3 Nightly at 6 with Jim Snyder.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for having us in.
This is News 3 at 11 with Gerard Romalo.
And thanks very much for joining us. I'm Tom Hawley. Gerard has the night off.
This is News 3 at 11 with Jim Snyder and Jessica Moore.
Good evening, everyone. A county family services employee has...
Live at 11 with Crystal Allen. This is News 3.
All right, thanks for inviting us in tonight. Of course, the talk of the town.
This is News 3 at 11 with Dan Ball.
Good Friday evening to you.
It's my honor to introduce to you.
Live at 3 with Reed Cowan. This is News 3.
Good afternoon. Today, new video of a Clark County Detention Center inmate struggling.
Live at 4 with Marie Mortera and Jeff Gillen. This is News 3.
And we thank you for joining us.
Live at 5 with Jessica Moore and Jim Snyder. This is News 3.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having us in tonight.
Live at 6 with Gerard Romalo. This is News 3.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The layoffs of 5 North Las Vegas managers.
Live at 7 with Jessica Moore and Jim Snyder. This is News 3.
And breaking news first at 7.
Live at 11 with Jessica Moore and Jim Snyder. This is News 3.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having us in tonight.
Live at 5 with Gerard Romalo. This is News 3.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
News 3 Nightly with Jim Snyder. This is News 3.
Good evening, everyone. We are having some fun tonight.
Live at 7 with Jessica Moore. This is News 3.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Live at 11 with Jessica Moore and Jim Snyder. This is News 3.
The second of 2 Metro officers murdered in...
Live from the News 3 studios in Las Vegas, this is Wake Up with the CW.
Live from Las Vegas, this is News 3.
All right, and thank you for staying with us. The breaking news we've been on since the beginning of this newscast.
Live from the News 3 studios in Las Vegas, this is the CW News at 10 with Marie Mortera.
A historic day in southern Nevada, 15.
Live from Las Vegas, this is News 3.
And we begin with breaking news tonight. Baltimore burning. Parts of the city in darkness right now.
Now at 4 o'clock, they are moving forward. It's a star-studded night. The Billboard Music Awards ending just hours ago on the Las Vegas Strip. The performances, many of them were looking forward to coming up. Good morning. Welcome in. It is 4 o'clock on this marvelous Monday morning.
Live from Las Vegas, this is News 3 Today.
Good morning. Wow. Welcome in on this Monday morning. 5 o'clock here, but it's 2 o'clock.
News 3 Today starts now.
Good morning. It is 4 o'clock on this wonderful Wednesday.
News 3 starts right now.
All right, we have a breaking news update to you at this noon hour. Thank you so much for being with us. Just a...
News 3 starts right now.
And we appreciate you for being with us on this Tuesday, happening tonight.
Live from News 3, this is News 3 Live at 4:30, Night's edition.
The rally cry is being sounded all over southern Nevada. Go, Knights, go!
News 3 starts right now.
We begin with a live picture of a vigil going on right now for a 2-year-old girl who was struck and killed by a hit-and-run driver.
News 3 starts right now.
2 men under arrest tonight accused in the brutal murder of a local.
News 3 starts right now.
We hoped it would never end, but like they say, all good things must eventually.
Live from Las Vegas, your home for the Stanley Cup Final. This is News 3.
News 3 starts right now.
The eyes of a divided nation on Washington tonight.
News 3 starts with breaking news.
And that, unfortunately, is a severe impact crash that killed a motorcycle rider.
News 3 Today starts now.
Good morning. It is straight up 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning, April 24th.
News 3 starts right now.
Win or go home, the Vegas Golden Knights face a Game 7 for the first time in team history.
News 3 starts right now.
A big night for Las Vegas and a very big night for some of our favorite homegrown stars. And late breaking news.
Turn to a friend. Turn to 3.